Hey, Juhani. How are you doing?
That's all right.
You good? You good? I understand you're sitting here coding with us rather than going swimming in a freezing cold lake.
I will go swim in a freezing cold lake after, I hope.
Well, I know which option I would choose. Okay, let me get up here. I just wanted to see the live. Let me just see here.
While you're fumbling around, let me tell you a cliffhanger we left yesterday.
That's right.
Was
That's right.
The failure of solving a snapping problem in the drag and drop thingy, and we're able to move things. But turns out you can. It's actually working correctly, technically correctly. Technically correct is the best type of correct. But it only snaps after you let go from the mouse. So you're able to drag it while it is. So the track interaction is different from what we got used to in good tools like Pitch or something like that.
Okay.
I tried to argue with the model for a bit. I decided to stop arguing with the model because it kind of works. So we can fix that later. But the drag and drop seems to be working quite nice now. I did a quick branding change. So if you pull and run it again, you will see a little bit nicer branding of the whole thing. But yeah, technically, I think we're good with the drag and drop for now.
So to kind of my interpretation of what you're saying is basically the snapping is done on the mouse up rather than mouse down, right? Or on the drag event.
It's done on the drag event, but the visualization, it doesn't stop you from moving.
Got it.
So it just renders it back. So if you drag a little bit out, and it just kind of snaps back to where it should be when you let go. So it's a visual bug more than a functional bug, interaction bug.
Okay.
So
cool.
I'll argue with the LLM later. It doesn't feel like worth fighting for at the moment. So I'll let you continue the coding side. I think the slides actually look pretty nice now because they have right colors and right fonts, and it's quite easy to put them in right places.
Well, shall I?
You're very quiet.
Sorry?
You are very quiet.
I'm very quiet today, mate. Yeah. Okay.
It's because when you're looking at the monitor where I am, you're turning away from your mic.
Right. Let me.
That's the problem. So you need to.
I'm gonna turn my body.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, that's nice.
Try and do that.
Cool. All
right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, my setup's still a little broken in as much as I've still got a camera over here, monitor over here. So you might see more of the side of my face today than usual. But anyway, that's how it is. I'll play over the weekend with a better setup, I think. Let's then try and share my screen, my window here. How's that looking?
Looks good to me.
Good. Okay, so I just pulled, but I think you said you pushed something just a minute ago. So shall I just pull again?
Check if there's something.
And
what is the last?
See if something comes in. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Well, that's unexpected. Connection closed. Definitely unexpected. What could that be causing that now? It's not a good start to the session. Let me just check something here. Let me just check over here now.
Maybe Codeberg is down.
Is Codeberg? Yeah, that's what I was wanting to check. See if that would be interesting.
In browser.
Yeah. It's.
Can you see what is the last commit you pulled? If you do git status,
sure.
Check it to local.
Okay, I've got an untracked file. So here's my last pull here, right, just now. So it's this commit here. I mean, I could also just run the project, right?
You can just do that as well.
So I think let me just try one more time. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Clearly,
It's code
connection
problem.
could be connection problem on my end. Who knows? Stable internet connections are not guaranteed, unfortunately, around here. On the islands, Brexit islands, we never know what we're going to get. So okay, so let me try running dev, right? Just check everything's working okay. So no. So how's that?
That's a bit of a problem. Let me check on my end
Yeah, that'd be cool.
if it is broken or not. Maybe I broke something just in the last one.
Yeah, let's just get that baseline working, and then I can once you fix it, I can break it some more, and that would be good.
Well, I don't have the same problem. It runs
Oh,
fine on my end, so I'd say just
let's just
that problem into.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Actually, let me just keep it running, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to Z. So I've been sort of just really since yesterday trying to use this editor. Oh, interesting. So hold on, wait. The screen update didn't work, right? So you're still seeing the browser, right?
I see the browser. I see the command line.
See the command line. Oi, is this where the screen sharing? Because now if I'm screen sharing is not updating. Fantastic.
So what I did, I was sharing the whole screen instead of just one application. That allowed me to switch between apps.
It just now crashed the screen sharing. So so I'm sharing the entire screen. That's a good point. Let's just do. Okay. There you go. There you go. How's that looking? You should be seeing my Z editor by now.
Yes.
Okay. So let me open, as I said, I just started using Z. Let me open a folder here. So, snap, where is it, snap? Right, let me just open that up here. Okay. So let's see how we get on with Z. So I
fix the problem.
Let's fix the problem. Let's fix the problem. Yeah. So basically, what I've got set up with Z is the agents being used as open code. So we can choose a different model. I think, what should we choose for the model today? We can try. Do we want to try Claude? I think it's about Claude 4.7 that's just come out.
Give it a go.
Brian was going crazy about it. But what I want to do first, because it's an open code, I just want to do an init on the project. So open code should be able to create that agent.md and just basically understand what's going on in the project. So let's give open code a second to figure out what's going on. And it can read everything, see where we are code-wise, etc. Actually, from our stream yesterday, Juhani, Ilian was writing to me about some of the things that OpenCode is injecting. I haven't had a chance to dig into the documentation that he sent me, but we should probably get him on the stream and have a chat through it. See what he's been discovering on agents, frameworks, and so forth. He's using yet a different one. I suspect every day of the week we could switch to a different tool, different framework, different agents.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. I was going to write our agent MD. So whilst it's doing that, I've restarted the project and it's back in the error. So let's just ask it to take a look at this. Actually, I might maybe so we don't have to jump around so much. How about I just do this? I'm just gonna run it in here so that hopefully we can see a little bit more what's going on. There we go. So it might be that Zed can take a look at this. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to do manually. Help fix this error. Okay. So I'm expecting, honey, that Opus 4.7 is going to chew through my balance with. So this is using the OpenCode Zen API key that I have. So I think it's going to, let's see what this session costs me. I'm starting to keep track of my costs on OpenCode Zen. I've had a couple of top-ups already this week. So let's see. Okay, so it's claiming it's fixed. Let's see. I don't know if it does a hard reload. Let's find out.
It should actually.
Yeah.
But maybe we can
let's find out. Yeah.
No, there's a different error.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's coming into. So what's it saying? Packs likely incomplete install. Okay, fix run npm install. Start byte dev server error should be gone, which is not. So let's. Nah. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's just restart it. Okay, that's a bit better.
There we go. Not even called the server. Yeah. So
there we go. Okay, we're now nicely up and running. So just going back to this, you were saying basically the snapping's working. It's just a visual kind of.
It is a visual, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not worth getting too much time on that, right? But that's a lot better. Okay. So what do we want to do today? We wanted to start thinking about how to get our headshot images, right?
I think so. That would be the kind of the last big thing that is missing, right?
I think so. Yeah. Were you able to grab a screenshot of one of the frames from a video?
Well, I can do that. So I can add some test data. So I think that's the way to kind of split the problem in half.
Yeah.
Right? Let's
whilst you're
retake
doing
the last
that,
episode.
okay, whilst you're doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to plan mode. I'm just going to ask Claude, basically tell it what we're about to try and do, and ask it to see what it would suggest as a good approach. Okay. This next feature is going to be taking headshots from a frame of the video that we can place in the YouTube thumbnail. We have several. No, let's actually help explore the options for doing this. Assume that we give you a entire video. Okay, let's see what it suggests. Left it pretty open. Headshot extraction from a video frame. Okay. Technical options. So it's got a media pipe face detection, so that's a Google service, I guess. There's this OpenCV HA. No idea what that is. There's a online service, face recognition. I think it's going in the direction of just trying to use an online service, right? Yeah, this one here sounds. I guess one of the things we probably don't want to introduce these massive dependencies into the tool. We probably want to keep it pretty easygoing, right? Because you're going to be running. I mean, you're currently running on Windows. That might change in the future, hopefully. But we don't want to have lots of libraries in there that then introduce that sort of platform dependency. Background removal. It's not jumping into cropping a frame after detection.
Could probably just tell it to use an LLM.
I think that's where we should probably go.
But then you need an OpenAI API key or something like that, which is not a problem, honestly.
Yeah.
Running a couple of craps, especially if we want the next stage to be taken straight from the video. If we want to remove all steps, then it's just saying, take a look at this video. Best thing. So what we can do, we can always put the video in unlisted mode or private preview mode on YouTube and send a link saying, take a look at this link and try to find a good. And then
that's
all
true.
Of the stuff itself.
That would be the least effort on the human side, which is good. Okay, I think it's taking us now down a slightly different path. Vision language model. Option A, vision model returns bounding boxes. We crop, remove the background locally. Multimodal model returns image editing model. Okay, I think it's cross-cutting concerns.
I pushed there's 3 screen caps from the yesterday's episode.
You did?
In
Okay.
the repo.
Oh, they're in the repo, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just then pull those. Okay, thanks. Let's then say, let's give it an example. Maybe that's okay. Let me see. That's context. Okay, this is where I'm slightly going to figure out the can it go into... It's me now trying to figure out how to use Z. Let me do files and directories. Where did we put it? Screen caps. Caps. Okay. Take a... to detect the people and crop them out. Okay. Use an LLM or an AI model API call. See what it says. Okay, so it's got a little bit more to go on. Hold on a sec, let me clear my throat. Man, I forgot I had a cup of coffee.
Oh yeah.
It's getting cold.
I wonder if the Gemma 4 could do this locally. Do you have enough hardware to run it? Because Gemma 4 had some of these things, so it would be quite cool to run a local model as well.
It would. How about we do it for now, assuming no local dependency,
Yeah.
and then we can sort of optimize that. So recommended approach. Gemini 2.5, whatever. Vision call. The prompt. Backend expands. Background removal. You know what we could try before that is just popping open Gemini and saying, passing it in and just saying, hey, give us, see what it does with the image, see if it can actually effectively extract. How about I do that? Let me bring in actually, let me just bring in that file. 1 second. Okay, so we got the file in there. Okay, this is quite a good one because we're both just facing directly in the camera. So hopefully, want you to crop out the person on the left, remove all other parts of the image, and just leave the person, something like that. Let's see what it can do. Because the Claude is getting into, I think what we're trying to do is just trying to say, we want to have a sort of a simple prompt sending out to a model. I think where Claude is going is like getting kind of caught into kind of details of like, we need this vision model and that vision model and that sort of thing.
Right.
So that's not too bad.
Image from you. That's not.
But yeah, it's not the actual image. It's doctored the image, right?
Yeah. Also look like this is like a mug chuck. Mug's not in jail.
It's not bad though. I'll be happy with that. At least it doesn't make me kind of look kind of plastic like some of the ones that we've
the Riverside one.
Yeah, that looked pretty plasticky.
I think the prompt you want to do is to tell it to remove the background.
Okay,
I think that's the term that a lot of things use, just to remove background. If you say crop, I think it understands cropping the frame, my guess.
Leaving the people only picture. Let's try that. I don't know whether we should specifically ask it to use Nano Banana or something like that. That might be another thing we...
Well, you can also, from the drop down, you can use the Pro model. You're using the fast.
I'm using fast, aren't I? Yeah.
But probably doesn't matter because it seemed like it kind of worked, I think.
It kind of worked. It got confused. It so took... This is not actually the one from me, but it's close enough, right? I mean,
Yeah.
But it did kind of work. You're right, I've been using the fast model. Okay, should we try one more time?
Yeah, I think you can ask it to create 2 separate images. I think that would be good.
Yeah. Let me add the screenshot in again, so there's no confusion. Okay, remove the background, separate into 2 images, 1 for each person. How about that? Is that going to be clear enough? Let's try it. Because I think if this is good enough, then there's some stuff you do, I believe, when doing this manually, where you smooth the edges and this sort of thing, which maybe we don't want to worry about for now. Well, it's forming something. Diptychs. That's a new word to me. Well, the other one was...
Yeah, I don't know if it's capable of creating... maybe you need to tell it to... I don't know if this is capable of creating 2 pictures at once. Maybe you should say, take the picture on left,
Yeah.
remove background, and give it to me as a transparent PNG or something like that. Because
okay, let's...
otherwise, it's just trying to...
Yeah, I have to say, I find prompting for images super difficult. I've never really satisfied with what I get out of image prompting, to be honest. Okay, remove the background and leave the person on the right, on the left. Let's take me, well, let's just take you for now, on the right. With a transparent background. So what do you think? I mean, you might be better at image prompting.
You might have to tell it to say, give it to me as a transparent PNG, because otherwise it seems to it wants to create some visual frames and bollocks in it. So let's see.
Yeah. Do not add any other anything. Okay, then maybe let's just take that out. Let's see whether it likes that. So I think my kind of sense at the moment is, like, with the right prompting, this could probably work as a solution. I didn't get a chance to investigate this in more detail last night, unfortunately. But I think we want to kind of avoid doing too much kind of image manipulation inside the project if we can.
So that's off with that, but if you download it, does it actually, or did it just create a fake background of transparency?
Right.
This transparent thing. Because it looks like it's a fake background. Maybe, I wonder if it's encoding.
It's a problem sometimes with these. Let me just grab the image from my downloads. It's one of those things where...
Well, what you need to do, you need to open the browser our app in the browser.
Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, yeah, I'm being a dork.
Try it in there.
Hold on, let me just do that. Sorry, being a dork. Yeah.
It's fake transparent background, but
well, the good news is it's cropped. It's definitely being able to crop you out, so that's good.
That's pretty good.
So that's a good sign.
But what's up with so when you say do a transparent background, it takes this pattern
Yeah.
that it thinks is transparent that isn't actually transparent, but it's a PNG.
Right. Right.
So if you go open in our app in the thumbnailer application, there's at the bottom of the control panel, there's an add image, so you can add an image there. So you can see how it would work in a context, which in this case we already know it doesn't work, but it's just still, you can see how it works.
So that again. Sorry.
So go open the local host, our application, what we can build.
Yep. Yeah, right. I see what you mean. So we can add the image in there. Okay.
Yeah, there's at the bottom there is add image.
Add
there
image.
you can add that image.
Okay.
If there's some other problems, you can see that as well. So
actually, let me just do that. Yeah, I need to probably for these streams create a new user, to be honest, because I guess there's always stuff in my download folders and so anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's improve on that.
Well, but we can implement drag and drop with one command,
that'd be cool.
And that's it basically. You should be able to add an image with a drag and drop, and then you don't have to expose your browser.
Yeah. No, I think I think the problem more, Juhani, is like in these live streams, there's kind of like work documents and stuff that will leak out if.
Those NDAs.
It's just one of those things you don't really want it. I mean, it's better to be a bit more conservative on that stuff. So that's why I'm kind of awkwardly shuffling things off screen whilst I do things.
That's all right.
So listen, I mean the background is scuffed, but
it also doesn't actually work because it doesn't reflect. Oh yeah, it does. It's just very slow.
It does reflect
the render final preview is not working at all correctly for you.
No, that's now totally broken.
That's very broken. I don't see the same behavior, interestingly.
Yeah. We'll have to fix that.
Something broke in the system. That's okay. But here we see things like resizing the image and stuff like that need to retain aspect ratio, and you will never want to change the aspect ratio of an image you import.
No.
So there's a couple of UI things we can do, but those are minor things. We just need to figure out how to get the background removed.
I think once you change the aspect ratio, it's kind of impossible by dragging and dropping to get it back.
No, you can't get it back.
But the good thing is kind of it's pointing towards the right direction, right?
Yeah, and then we have a z-axis adjustment that we need to be able to do.
Yeah. It needs to sit at the back.
But these are kind of easy problems to solve. The difficult problem now is to get the cropping working properly.
Yeah. Delete. So this is not bad actually. It's added some nice nice warnings and stuff.
You can also undo the last destructive action now, which is the bottom. So you should be able to bring the
undo last destructive action.
Yeah,
that's very good. That's very good.
If it works. Haven't tried.
So do we want to have one more go at getting this transparent image? Maybe I should. Hold on, wait. What is the best way to prompt you to generate an image? I don't know. Maybe Gemini will tell us actually what we should be saying to it. Hopefully, it doesn't just say, "Give us a transparent background." But let's see. Take example prompt. Take person on the left, isolate them from the image and output only that person makes complete backgrounds. Okay, let's try this prompt here. Method 2, generate new image from scratch. Generate a photorealistic image. No, okay.
There's a Claude skill for AI background remover that removes image backgrounds.
Oh.
But, yeah.
I'm not sure how we would use that with the API call though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna try this prompt and see. Hold on. What I want to do. Just this one again. Hello, Gemini. Okay. Let's see how it does with that.
You know, of course, use OpenCV. It should be. We already use a lot of libraries to do things.
Yeah.
Let me try it on my end, see how it actually would work. I'm just kind of interested.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
I mean, I think one of the things that Zed was suggesting. No, not Zed. I mean, Claude was suggesting. Was actually OpenCV at some point.
yeah, I think that's what comes up with the first in the search in general.
Yeah. But then that adds a OpenCV grab cut. Slower, finicky on complex backgrounds, needs manual refinement.
Yeah.
I think that could be a bit. Okay. I've isolated the person.
It's again fake background.
See how that works out.
I think it somehow is unable to create real transparent backgrounds.
I
limitation in the model.
think it kind of feels that way, right? Now I wonder whether yeah. Let me just try this again then. Oh, no, let me just.
Good thing we don't have a massive audience watching us at the same time, because there would be like 15 people screaming at the screen.
Do this, do that.
So
well, that could be kind of helpful, right?
It would be super helpful if somebody knew something and would actually
right.
saying try this. I gladly have an expert telling us what to try next.
Well, I mean, this is unfortunately the this is kind of what that this is kind of the rawness of doing live streams like this, right? It's like you can sometimes get into a place where you're trying to figure stuff out and it's not really clear. Yeah. So I'm just gonna add that image in again, do it slightly off out of the, so I don't reveal images. I guess that one was the one. No, yeah, I think we're back to the same problem.
Yeah, it's a fake transparent.
Yeah. Do you think there could be a JavaScript library that actually removes that, or even a Python library that removes the background? Because the other
That's the
thing we could do is,
OpenCV. OpenCV has a Python. Like I'm just running it locally. Like, give me a second.
okay, okay, okay. Hmm.
I need to install some new stuff.
Yeah, it's cropping's not quite right.
Yeah, that's OpenCV Python. Give it a go.
And are you then okay?
Cannot reach backend. Oh. It crashed.
Okay.
That's the installation requirements, so it takes a little bit of time. Also, when having these Python things, that's fine. My worry is a little bit here. We probably have to. There's always some kind of fine tuning you have to do if you have any tool like this that is not kind of. So we have to end up having to first crop it and then give it a little bit instructions how to or clean it up. If I crop our images in general in Affinity, I always have to go with the paintbrush and clean it up afterwards a little bit. But I don't know how good the Affinity's object detection is compared to other stuff.
Yeah.
But, let me stop this one.
I wonder if instead of, well, actually there was some services that it wrecked. Media pipes. Yeah, okay. I wonder if there's some online tools that we could potentially use with an API key. I don't know. There could be some cost involved, but maybe that's okay.
Yeah. Okay, something's happening. Let's see what it does. Wonder how heavy this thing is to run.
Right. Extract the let's see, maybe there's some.
Well, this didn't work.
It didn't work.
Well, you know, well, it did extract part of the background. Let me show you.
Yeah, show me. Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah. and take over. Here you go. Technically, the part of the background is removed. So it took all the.
Let's see here.
Well, you know, this might be a little bit difficult to get because this is not an LLM model as far as I know. It's just a thing. It did extract some background, but it didn't do exactly what I wanted. I could probably try to prompt it to do something more, but this is so far from.
Do you think, Juhani, if we got the LLM to extract the headshot and put like a blue background on it, that actually then we can use.
Then this could probably do that, yeah.
That might be a way to go.
Yeah.
Shall I generate an image like that and then
Good, yeah.
and then you could try with OpenCV
Yeah.
to
We can do that.
to extract that. How about that?
Let's do that.
Okay. I'm going to modify this prompt. I'm going to drag it in there. Hit the person on the left. That person against a.
Yeah, just don't say transparent PNG because that's gonna be crap. Just say green background or something like that. Maybe just do like a green screen, artificial green screen thingy. I'm sure the system black is not good because we're wearing headphones and stuff like that. Some color, I'm sure, then the OpenCV can then act on that.
Okay. Create as a JPEG image. And let me just upload that picture again. Sorry to do this off screen. Actually, that's fine. Let's do that. Okay. Let's see what it does. Yeah, so it might be a two-stage process to do it that way.
I think the OpenCV probably, not sure if it's possible. Maybe we can do two-step process as well to cut two people. It might be just easy to have one person in the image in general to make it easier for these tools.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's a little bit hacky, but what we could then do is, I mean, we could start with just saying, well, you know, what we upload has a green background, and then it just cuts that out.
Yeah.
So here you go.
That's it.
Let me put that in the screenshots folder and push that up.
Cool.
Right. Downloading full size. Generated. Just pull that up. Gemini generated, great. Okay, and let me just pop that in that folder. Okay. You can see the back of my head a bit today. So what have we got? Actually, that's a terrible name. Let me just, let's leave it. Okay. Test. Okay, you should have it now if you pull in. Yeah,
Sorry,
see
I'm
whether-
typing.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's all good.
I'm doing a small UI tweak, and then I should be able.
You can't help yourself, right?
Yeah. Oh, right. It works. Okay, pull to get your stuff.
Yeah.
Complete. Add a drag and drop, so you can just do this.
Good.
I quite like the VS Code Git thing.
Integration, yeah.
I just never like using.
To be honest, I've never really got into using Git's tools within IDEs. I always find it just end up.
We used to pay. I think Anna is still probably using the Git Kraken.
Yeah.
It was so good. Like when I was working, I couldn't use Git without it. But at the moment, I think both Android Studio and VS Code, the Git client, is so good that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this live. I will share my screen and
yeah, when you share the screen,
happens.
see if it.
Share. Didn't work. Entire screen. Here we go. We should be seeing a screen now.
Cool.
We delete the previous one. So what I can now do is to take this from here and drag it and drop it here.
Maybe it's a bit large there.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a resize. Oh, it's a very stereotypical progress bar. It did cut the background up. Technically true.
I've never looked better. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You flatter me.
So there might be some issues with the thing. Let me look what the image actually looks like. Okay. Let me see. I don't know how well Claude can actually use this this OpenCV.
Yeah, probably pretty well, I'd have thought.
Say.
Yeah. Let me, whilst you're doing that,
screen.
Investigate another couple of options.
Okay, let's see.
I mean, it's one of these topics where ideally we wouldn't kind of get into too much. I mean, if we can use a service, we should use a service, in my view.
Yeah. Well, like if there's a local library, that's my priority always, because that doesn't use any credits or anything like that.
That's
then
true.
It just works. Especially if it's some open library like this one that works on any platform and in Python. But in this case, it might just not be enough.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do with things like image magic and so forth. But now all of those sort of things become kind of pretty big dependencies that sort of start to fall outside the scope of the project code, if you see what I mean. They sort of become environmental dependencies, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you'd have to install image magic.
Yeah.
I've done some pretty good stuff with...
Sorry, using something like LLM, if you use OpenAI or whatever, it's non-deterministic. So then you need to bake in some tools to do regenerate or redo this didn't work.
Right.
So kind of iterative feedback loop in the UI. Tools like this OpenCV probably semi-deterministic, of course, depending on the input, right? The input is always different. So sometimes it might work, sometimes it doesn't work, and what I changed. So Claude claims it changed something. So let me try it again. Or did cut out test? Oh, that's quite interesting. It actually did an image. Well, there we go.
Nice. Is that from the green background?
That's from the green one. That's in there.
Nice.
So.
Okay.
That did work. Now I'm kind of curious to see if I just feed in one of those images that are not where. Now it doesn't work at all because it expects a green background. So now it didn't do anything. Well, fair enough. I told it that's a green background. So that's it. So now how do we get to a point where, I wonder if we can make it complicated, because why not?
You know what we could try is if OpenCV... okay, go on. Right.
Because if the background removal works, which I'm not sure because we haven't tried it on this OpenCV, but it definitely doesn't work if there's two people, because then it doesn't know what to do. But if it can recognize two people and we can split the problem into two.
You think the background, it's easier to remove the background of half the image, you think?
Well, I think it's easier.
It's
probably a use case that is more likely. So I don't know how OpenCV works. I have no idea. I have no idea about the technology. So this is just a guess. Yeah. However, if we can split it into two reliably, now we assume there's two people in the picture. So if there's one person, we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
We should build a system that detects that as well. We might be then able to, because clearly Gemini is not able to do two people either. So then we can feed both of them into Gemini separately and say, do a green background, and then we can feed that back into
Well, I think Gemini could probably extract both people and put the green background in. I think that probably wouldn't be an issue for Gemini.
But we still need to somehow split those two people from the image, if there's two people. We can also always have it just insert one person. That shouldn't be a big problem. I could just screen grab one person and another person.
Well, I mean, if Gemini can take the person on the left and then the person on the right, or we can maybe try and refine the prompt to be like extract each person into a separate image with a green background.
Yeah. Right.
Then we have a more sort of flexible solution. But so in this case, when you included the OpenCV dependency with the Python library, does Python, I mean, did you get a sense whether the Python library is wrapping something else, or is it OpenCV implemented entirely in Python, do you think?
I have no idea. That was just
but you didn't have to install anything separately, right?
I did, yeah. Not on my computer, it just took the library. It doesn't call, it's all wrapped into the library. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just another project dependency. It's not actually, not an environmental dependency.
No, it's not the app I have to have installed, no.
Right.
Okay.
Let's see.
So now I have two-person cutout thing here. I'm going to take one of the original screenshots. Let me see which one I'm taking. Try to use the best case.
Right.
That didn't do anything.
It didn't. Well, split it at least.
Yeah. And it did remove, no, I didn't remove any background. Yeah. Well, I don't think this is the right way. I think we need to involve some LLMs to get the stuff working.
Let me. Yeah. I wonder
And of course, try to prompt it saying. Oh, sorry if you hear some strange background noises. It's the dog.
I don't think I heard anything actually.
It assumed that there was a green mask. I think it takes. It was using the green mask thing from the previous prompt into this one as well, so that's why it didn't work at all. Let's see if it's better. Not sure how better.
Okay, I'm just gonna try. I'm just actually trying to see how ChatGPT does on doing this.
Yeah, I don't think it works. I think this is.
You think it's?
This is
I mean,
not
for
working
sure.
Because the test images it shows to me are not, the backgrounds are not removed.
Yeah.
So let me try again. But yeah, it seems to be the cutout is all right, but the backgrounds are not removed. It is running a test before it deploys it now. It just doesn't understand that the backgrounds weren't actually removed. So.
That's kind of fair. I think the background detection is probably a bit. Again, I don't know the OpenCV library, but Don't know whether that background detection's
Yeah, it's the same thing again.
oh, ChatGPT did a terrible job.
It did remove some background. Look, it removed your shelf.
Nice. Well, it's still sticking out to my head, the shelf.
Yeah.
ChatGPT did an awful job. It's kind of like half green, half background. It couldn't really detect the background properly.
Well,
So I think I use well, you know what always puts me off, Juhani, using any Google products through API keys or whatever is having to go and deal with the cloud console or
I hate it. Like to me, I don't. Whenever I open the console, I don't know what to do. I'm just immediately lost. I'm just like, don't know what to do here. No idea.
It's super painful. But yeah, if we can use the nano, I think it's Nano the Banana that's doing the job well. Yeah, Google. Well, actually,
now it started doing something. So I just asked, is there some better ways? Like, yep, I'm just doing this now.
Oh, it's just gonna let it.
It's just doing U2net. No idea what it is. It's just installing some LLM components on my computer, which I hope it's just not gonna steal all my data. I'm sure it's fine. What could go wrong? I'm starting to think if these tools should be used the same way. I don't know if you watched the YouTube videos from scam baiters like Kitboga or those guys. When they let the scammers on their computers, they have quite a highly controlled environment they let scammers access. It feels like it should do the same thing with the LLMs.
Well,
have our virtual machine you can roll back if they go crazy.
It's not a bad idea. There's some services that have popped up. Can't remember off the top of my head of where you can basically deploy your agents in a sandbox environment and let them just run and go crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that the scenario where what was described in the book? If somebody builds it, we all die, or what was the name of the book?
No, wait, which book?
It's about AI. It is if somebody builds it, we all die. Something like that. I don't remember exactly the name. But that's basically the scenario where what's described in the book, where a company, an imaginary company that sounds really real at the moment, is like running an experiment where they create a sandbox for the AI to play around in a safe environment, to go crazy, to improve itself. So basically, kind of iterative development of AI by AI. And the AI finds a way to export itself as part of PNG images or something like that. So it sneaks out from the containment. It sounds quite real.
Scary stuff. I guess that's the whole point, right? It's like this is the whole sort of Hollywood thing that everybody's waiting to see in real life, right? Is AI breaking free.
But that's where these guys are tapping into. If you look at what Sam Altman, who I despise, is talking about these things about, it's we just this gonna destroy humanity. It's a very good marketing talk because that's what it is. LLMs are not AG. They are no general intelligence in them at all. So, and I think there's no path from LLMs to be general intelligent, but that doesn't mean that they can't really screw things over. They might sell all your stock, all your portfolio at the wrong time, or do something else. So,
well, I guess that's the.
It doesn't mean that you can't cause a lot of harm with these tools, but these are not this is not the Skynet yet. So,
not yet.
I have no idea what it does. at the moment.
Okay. Okay, I'm probably going to end up creating a lot of merge conflicts because I'm about to put in something, Juhani, to see whether I can get, well, to integrate Gemini. So I've just been generating the API key. So I've now got an API key for Gemini. So let me just put something in there to take an image and yeah.
So you should be able to use these .env files to put the keys in, and those could be git ignore, so they don't go to git.
Perfect. I'll do that.
So you should be able to do that. However, it's almost certain that we're going to git conflict massively now.
Shall I just do a new branch? Let me just. I'm just going to create another branch and do it on another one.
It doesn't remove the conflict. Maybe we can get the LLMs to solve the conflict.
Okay, now I'm doing it on a different branch. So so I'm gonna want to.
If you want to share your screen.
Yeah, let me just share my screen now.
To take it over. I'm just installing this, whatever Claude said I should be using. So.
Okay. Yeah, let me just. There you go. Okay, so okay, add background edit image solid. So I'm going to do it in small steps. I'm not going to get to split it out yet. I'm just going to say when I upload the image, I just want it to remove the backgrounds. Yeah. There isn't a uploading an image. Okay, let's see what it does. Okay, I've done all that. Okay, great. I'll put the placeholder in and I'll update that off screen. Okay. Oh wait, where is it saying allow? Oh no, wait, sorry. So it's going to take a while because I guess we haven't been the open code here hasn't really been working on the project for much, so it's probably going to take a little time to find its way around. Okay.
If I go offline, it's probably because my Claude has gone crazy and destroyed my computer or something. Just running Python commands. So I'm just running Python. Don't worry about it. With Python, you can run anything.
Yeah, it's no problem. Okay, it's putting a placeholder to the M file, which is great. Okay. That's what I want. And whilst it's doing that, I'm just going to pull this over here, and then I will update the .env file off screen in a minute. If it leaks out the API key, I can just kill it, and that's fine.
I'd say after the stream, probably just change it anyways, because
Just probably kill it anyway. Yeah,
leave it on
I
the
put a
screen.
spending limit on it, so it's not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, worst case, it's a few bucks out of pocket, but anyway. I guess these are things where you kind of get a bit better at live streaming, sort of keeping. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do for next week, Juhani, is I'm just going to create a new profile completely, a new user, and then do live stream as a completely different user account on my machine. So I'm not worrying about, customer specific documents or even documents with file names and stuff. I just don't want to show any of that. I guess it's a pretty noob error to make.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, I need to show you something.
Oh, what's that?
It worked.
It
Let me
worked?
share while you're doing this.
Yeah. You want to take the screen or?
Yeah, I'll do it. In this app, I can steal it from you. So.
Okay.
I don't know if you can, but I'm host, so.
No, I took it. I think I can take it from you as well.
Cool. So we here, and I add a two-person image.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works twice. Oh, just processing. It added like a nice processing progress bar to the other button, but this other control, it just has processing, so don't know what it actually is doing. I need to improve that's one of those things that is quite nice with LLMs in general. There we go, it didn't work. I got too excited too quickly. For some reason, it did work before. But I wonder if it just works then the one I used. That's weird, because here you can see actually in the preview these two. This is the ones it run tests with. So
right.
If it only works with the training data, that's not very good. Yeah, see. With this image, it works. Yeah.
Hold on, wait. How did? So it worked. Is it working on a specific image or?
That's what I need to find out now, because this one it kind of did work. Like this is, passable. Although
yeah,
it could be better. It's passable. Because I gave it one image as a saying, hey, this is the one. So I wonder if it went ahead and created some like hard-coded coordinates to use. That would be really funny if it. I have no idea what it did. So what it says it installed. So it is now using. This is the primary tool.
Okay.
There's an OpenCV pipeline as a fallback. Don't know why it's there, because. So it should be using this one. It's an LLM tool that it is using. Yeah, clearly it doesn't work with this image.
Yeah.
So it's probably working only with the one image, which is quite funny. So this one didn't work. That's quite interesting problem to have. Yeah, that's a no-go. It
Yeah.
works with one image. It's a bit of a letdown.
Okay, my experiment also just failed. I just wanted to get Gemini to remove this, basically take the image, remove the background, and leave us sitting there with a green background, right? And that didn't work. So but let's see if we can let me just do this. Okay. Wasn't changed.
There's like some hints that it might work. It's just not good enough.
Background. Let's replaced.
Let me roll back my changes so we
Yeah.
don't have a conflict, because what I did
Well,
isn't the solution.
I'm doing it in a different branch anyway, because this experiment might work and it might not. But
Well, this one didn't work. If I think if I wanted to work, I probably would do it again anyways.
right. So what was the prompt? This was the prompt. Test this was. I want to change that a little bit. Okay, let's just leave that in there and see whether it does it. To use them. Let's see if it does that. So ideally, yeah. Okay. Okay, so maybe my initial attempt was just a bit too vague, and we need to be a bit more specific with Gemini. Okay, yeah, it's looking like it's trying to get Gemini to be very specific about we're doing an image manipulation. That's good. The key is okay. I'm not sure. Okay, the key works fine. It's valid for SDK version. Yeah. Actually, that reminds. There's this Python PIL library. That's super powerful. I think we haven't really investigated that. So I guess for these streams, Juhani, I guess there's just trying to think about sort of improving how we do these streams. This kind of process of investigation, right? I guess that's the stuff that probably we take offline, so that we come to the stream and say, hey, we've investigated, and these are the different approaches we could take. And you know, I don't know how much us investigating different options is interesting.
Well, there's a certain level, but I think there's a kind of a hard limit in that one. So
Yeah.
you kind of, I find it quite interesting when people are trying to figure out things, what their process of finding things
Right.
is. But at some point when it becomes iterative, you just do, okay, that didn't work. Let me try that one. Then it becomes quite boring. But there's this process of finding out that is quite interesting, especially time of LLMs, where actually creation of the code is not super interesting.
Right.
In general, because that's just LLM work.
That's true.
But the process of getting to the point where you have the right prompt or have the right tools is interesting. But it becomes boring very quickly if it becomes iterative. You know, live coding sessions in part of a presentation is great until the first compilation error happens. And if it's more than, oh yeah, here's the semicolon missing, you know, then it becomes quite painful to watch.
Yeah. That's true. So I guess what's pretty nice here is now the Opus 4.7 is trying to run some tests and verify that it's working like it thinks it's working. So it's found upload the image to the editor, so we could try this again, maybe. So let's try this again. Let me reload that. Add image. So we've got a little thing it's replacing. Let's see what happens when it comes back out. Is there any log outputs? That might be also something we can ask it to do. Well, okay. So,
well, yeah,
it's done what we asked it to do. So that's a step forward.
Yeah.
Sorry, I now messed up the orientation, the size of the image, but
yeah. From this point, like if you put this into the OpenCV, it will work perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You can cut two people out. You can cut the background out, and that's it.
So yeah. Maybe we've got a working version now. But you know, I mean, again, I'm not sure whether we're going to do that here live, but maybe if we take these two steps and say, well, first take this, get the green background, and then take it all out, it will work. I mean, there might be more elegant ways to do it, but this would be a working solution. And at least it will get the tool working, and then we can investigate later to see whether we can remove the Gemini call and do the whole thing within the tool.
I'm not too worried about the Gemini call, honestly, because this is not a mass market tool. So
no,
$10 will last a year.
Yeah, it was saying it would cost something like 0.04 cents per image or something like that. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be trivial.
Yeah. So that's not too bad, and especially if you get out. This is So now it didn't edit the image, it just cut it out, right? So it didn't regenerate people.
Right. So basically, all I wanted it to do is take the background out and replace it with green. That's it. So shall I just do it with another image, just to, I mean, not exhaustively testing, but just to kind of, I mean, I don't know how varied these images are, just to see how well it works. And I think we probably need some progress indicators and this sort of thing.
Well, it's
no,
already in the repo, the progress indicators and
okay.
the correct image resizing stuff, which is also probably going to cause a problem with the merge because it's the same control.
Okay, that's a bit like you, right? The first time it worked and then it failed. Let me just go back and this. So this was the first one I chose that succeeded.
Did you include this image to the when you gave it to the model prompt? Did you say, look at this image, or?
Yeah, it might have been.
So
let me just make sure I'm not going nuts.
Image specific in there. That's my worry about this model. So, they try to solve the problem, but they don't try to solve the generic problem.
Right.
They are, well,
Yeah.
Here's the coordinates I need to cut out from this image because the people are here. And it's hard-coded solution to this one problem instead of a generic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That could be. But it's interesting to, there's two different ways that we got to the same solution.
Yeah.
Basically, both of them by using some LLM models to solve a problem. And
right.
They both solved an individual problem, not a generic problem. So that's probably something I need to be prompted a little bit separately.
What would be super helpful is, again, for after this, where we can work on this a little bit more, is to get a screenshot from a completely different video. And then we'll just do like, okay, maybe even if there's one with me and Lee, for example, or two different people, completely different, and then they can be like, okay, it's got to work on a variety of videos, and we can give them a variety of images and see whether it's just yeah.
Cool. I think it probably makes sense to wrap it up here.
Yeah, I think so.
See what we can do next time.
So, how about we do this? I won't stay online, but I'll stay at my desk and iterate on this a little bit more to try and get the green background working correctly. Then I'll push all of that in the branch I just created, and I'll let you know. And then maybe the OpenCV piece that you've been working on can take it from there and complete the solution. Yeah.
Actually, why don't you? So when you're ready, we can revert to the point. Okay, let's talk it maybe offline. We need to figure out, because I think the stuff that I pushed might not make sense to be in the.
Okay, yeah, we can abandon that and then that's fine. Yeah.
Cool. All right, then. Thanks everybody for watching, and see you next week probably.